We know you love your dog and would never want to hurt their feelings. But sometimes, without realizing it, we might be doing things that impact our dog's happiness and could even strain our bond with them. In this video, we're exposing a few common things that might be unintentionally hurting your dog's feelings without you even realizing it. And most importantly, we'll show you simple ways to make things right. By understanding what your dog needs and making a few small changes, you can strengthen your relationship and make your furry friend feel more loved than ever. Before we begin, if you like this topic, let us know by clicking the like button on this video. And if you are not subscribed, I hope you to subscribe and activate the bell so you never miss any of our future doggy videos now. Number 1. If you have a multi-dog family, this is something you might want to consider. In 2009, scientists conducted an experiment to see how dogs react to fairness. First, 2 dogs were asked to shake a paw in exchange for a piece of bread. Next, the scientists created inequity by giving one dog a delicious sausage for shaking a paw, while the other dog continued to receive bland bread. Surprisingly, the bread dog didn't mind and continued to offer his paw in good faith. It wasn't until the scientists completely removed the dog's rewards that things changed. The dog who got nothing soon refused to shake at all, while the sausage dog happily kept going. Turns out, dogs have a strong sense of fairness. Now imagine if one day your dog is allowed to munch on cookies from the table, but the next day it's suddenly off limits. Or if you praise them for greeting you excitedly after a long day, but scold them for jumping on other family members. That kind of mixed messaging can really confuse your dog and even create trust issues. Dogs thrive on knowing what's expected of them, and unclear rules can lead to stress and anxiety. So, set their rules straight and stick to them. It's the fair and loving thing to do. If you think it's right, let us know by clicking the like button on this video. Number 2. One thing that can really confuse your dog is when we use anger to correct their behavior. Think about it. Are you letting frustrations sneak into your training sessions? In the obedience world, and even in US culture, showing anger at dogs can sometimes be oddly accepted. On the flip side, showing patience can attract criticism, especially for those with reactive pups. Dogs are incredibly attuned to our emotions. They pick up on everything, from the way we move and speak to subtle changes in our scent when we're upset. Studies reveal that dogs trained with harsh methods like intense shouting experience stress levels way out of proportion. Remember, their hearing is 4 times more sensitive than ours. And here's the kicker. They might not even be learning what we want them to. Dogs live in the moment. So if we're upset about something they did 5 minutes ago, they're likely just confused and probably a little sad. For example, if your dog pulls on the leash, try stopping slowly. An abrupt stop can feel like a leash jerk, and take a deep breath. Then, follow up with a calm training plan that addresses the behavior in a way they can understand. Number 3. Now here's a nugget that might surprise you. One of the biggest complaints from dog owners is, "My dog doesn't come when called." But there's a reason for this. Dogs are creatures of habit, and if you've been calling your dog without enforcing it, they've probably learned that come means come only if there's nothing better to do. Worse, if they finally come over and get scolded, they'll associate coming to you with trouble, making them even less likely to listen next time. Plus, if we're always calling them for things they dislike, like ending playtime, leaving for work, or going to the vet, it's no wonder they avoid the command. Dogs pick up on more than just the words we say. They're highly attuned to the vibe we give off and want to know what's in it for them. So make sure come leads to something fun, like treats or playtime. When training this command, especially in the beginning, avoid calling them if you're going to do something they dislike. Instead, just go get them when needed. That way, they associate come with positivity, which can be a lifesaver in an emergency. Interestingly, dogs might not even realize that come applies when they can't see you. You can help your dog understand this command better with some simple games. Start in a quiet spot with a hungry dog and some tasty treats, and keep these sessions short, 5 minutes max, to hold their interest. And here's a biggie. Avoid using their name for scolding. If they only hear Elsa, no, but never Elsa, come with enthusiasm, they'll start to associate their name with getting in trouble. Instead, use their name positively, like "Good girl, Elsa," or "Elsa, come," with excitement. When reprimanding, a simple no without yelling their name will do. This way, your dog's name always feels positive, making them more likely to respond happily every time. Number 4. On the other hand, believe it or not, showering your dog with too many words might actually be adding to their confusion. While dogs can understand over 200 words and gestures, their brains process language in a simpler way, like a young child's. Research from Naples found that dogs are actually better at reading our body language than interpreting our words. So even though they might get the general idea of what we're saying, it's our hand gestures, tone, and body language that really speak to them. So what's the best way to communicate with your dog? It's all about using a mix of words and clear visual cues. When dogs receive consistent commands that combine a voice cue and a matching gesture, they're able to catch on faster and understand more clearly. And consistency is the key. If you want your dog to learn and respond well, stick to the same word and gesture every time you give a command. For example, if you're saying "sit," make sure you use the same hand motion each time. This way, your dog isn't left trying to figure out different signals and can respond with confidence. Keeping commands simple and pairing them with clear body language helps eliminate any guesswork for your pup, creating a stronger, more reliable bond. So next time you're working on training, remember, a little consistency goes a long way, and your dog will feel more secure knowing exactly what you're asking for. Number 5. Ever wonder what's going through your dog's mind on a walk? Well, it's probably a lot more than we think. A stroll around the block is like flipping through the morning newspaper in the animal kingdom. But here's a surprising fact. A study from the University of Liverpool found that most dog walks are under 20 minutes. When dogs are allowed to sniff and explore freely, their walk time can extend by up to 40%. That's a lot more news articles for them to catch up on. And did you hear about Elvis? Not the king of rock and roll, but a beagle with a super sniffer trained to detect pregnancy in polar bears living in zoos just by sniffing fecal samples. With an impressive 97% accuracy, he can tell if a female polar bear is expecting, a skill nearly as accurate as a human pregnancy test. This just goes to show the incredible power of a dog's nose. So next time you're out for a walk, remember, it's more than just exercise for them. It's a sensory adventure. Giving your dog some sniff breaks may seem small, but it's a giant leap for their mental well-being. Remember, your dogs rely on you not just for care, but for emotional connection too. A little extra patience and understanding can make a world of difference in helping them feel safe and truly loved. But here's something even more intriguing. Have you ever wondered if dogs have a sixth sense? Dogs are known for picking up on things we can't see, from sensing our emotions to detecting danger. Check out this video to discover the incredible world of your dog's intuition and learn why some call it a dog's sixth sense. You'll be amazed at just how in tune they are with us and their surroundings.